This is Nikki from the next big thing in Masterton, and we are coming to you from my home in Fleet Street. And I've got another band to interview. I've had a few tonight. They've all come one after the other. I've just been on with Jim from She, and now I'm with Electric Tapestry, who are coming on Saturday to play for us in Masterton. So I'm going to let them introduce. It's going to be crazy, this one. I'm just warning you. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then we'll launch. Here we go. We'll launch into some questions. But first, you just introduce yourself. Whoever goes first, go first. Off you go.
I'm Nick. I'm Geoff. And I'm the My TV.
The My TV. And there's Geoff. We found Geoff. From Geoff. Yeah. Everybody asks us where Geoff is in Geoff and the Angry Steak. And we have no idea where Geoff is, but there's Geoff.
All right. It's not Geoff and the Angry Steak. Yeah.
No, that's right. And we don't know where the stick is either. We've not worked that out. So
it's the same thing with Dave and the Dirty Humans. There's no Dave in the band. Just kind
of
cool or mysterious.
Who are the Dirty Humans that they speak of?
Yeah.
So
it's like Nick, those 1950s names, like sort of like, Casper and the Hot Three, or David Lewis and the Playboys, or
Albert and the Lion. That was a poem in England. Albert and the Lion. Right. So, do you want to tell me what you do in the band? So, what do you do, Nick?
I make noise and with my voice and my fingers.
With your fingers and your voice. But what about you, Geoff?
Much the same, bit of singing, bit of guitaring, less pedals than Nick. Nick's got like 27.
20.
Lots of delays, but yeah,
I just got one more. It's 28 now.
28 pedals.
28 delays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many guitars? Really late.
How many guitars have you got?
So we got 3. Yeah. So Nick and Aaron are playing the kind of the wacky sounds. I'm with the straight guy in the middle. And we've got Volker.
Yeah, holds it together.
My TV holds it
together. My TV is the bass player, eh? The My TV, the bass player.
Yeah.
You might want to get in a bit.
Yeah, I've joined.
You're gonna sing soon, right?
Yeah, it was like, when are you singing? Well, I've only just learned all the songs because I've joined only like really recently, like beginning of December. There we are.
That's the one.
Beginning of December.
Yeah.
Might want to tip your phone back a bit so I can see you.
There you go.
Back.
It's a bit tall. So sorry about that. So this will actually be my second proper gig with the guys this Saturday.
Right.
Just played the first one at Valhalla 5th of January. But did a couple of things in December though with like a bit of different lineup.
Yeah, we're actually at the bar where Volker played his first ever gig. Right over there.
Wow.
What gig was Pine Tree Arms.
Oh shit, true. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So why don't you give a shout out to the pub that you're in? Which pub are you in?
We're at the Empire in Petone. Just across from my home, really. Yeah.
Petone. Is there many gigs in Petone?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, occasionally. Yeah. This the Empire has some, and the place that used to be a Queen thing used to have one, but I still think they have one next door to it.
And there's the Petone Depot community center. That's like open mic. That's actually where I met these guys.
Oh yeah,
early December 2022.
Wagon Wheel.
No, not yeah. I think I shouted. I wanted to hear that, but
did you play Wagon Wheel? Did you play Wagon Wheel?
Like calling from the back for Wagon Wheel.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed. It was the first time I saw actually someone play there with an actual drum kit, because it's quite a small space. But anyway, it's not kind of like from there. I kind of befriended the guys and then just started hanging out and coming along to gigs. And then after a year or so, the opportunity came that Alex, the previous bassist, moved away. And I just thought I quickly grab that opportunity before someone else does.
Unfortunately,
Well,
we lost like a fan when he joined.
Yeah.
So we're down one fan, so we've got an opening for a fan.
Yeah.
We've got an opening for a
We've
fan.
got an opening for a fan.
Yeah.
So if you're watching Masterton, they've got an opening for a fan. So like you
Yeah.
could apply for it on Saturday. Go up to Nick and say, I want to be your fan.
Yeah.
That's
Please.
it.
Oh, please. Yeah, yeah. Well, we're all fans with each other's bands as well. So it's all
Yeah.
like, it's all sort of like, it's a scene. I mean,
It
like,
is a
Support each
scene.
other.
it's a scene. Yeah, I think so. Because I mean, we go to other bands' gigs,
Yeah.
take photos. Yeah. I interview them sometimes for music, .net. So yeah, I mean, and we play gigs together, and it's always bands who've got something in common with each other. I think, I don't know, there's some bands that, like Cherry Punch, for example, people are like, oh, what, you do gigs at Cherry Punch? Like, yeah, but like you can't listen to 6 punk bands in a row, can you? I don't know.
No,
So-
that's right.
It's good to have like a change in the evening, you know, like a singer-songwriter to start, and maybe like an alternative band, maybe a metal band towards the end, maybe a DJ after that. I don't know, but it's
You know,
not so strange for different bands or different genres to do gigs.
And at the end of the day, they're all people, you know, connecting through music,
Yeah.
networking, and all that.
That's fair
Yeah.
enough. And I actually think that's right because you've got to build the energy in the evening towards the end, I think, you know, and a selection of things, even though if they're not the same genre, they complement each other in some way. You know, the evening that we've got is building an energy towards the end. And so everybody complements each other. But like we've got Dave and the Dirty Humans playing in April. And we've got like a metal band playing with them. And then Geoff, we're playing, but then we've got like a duo at the beginning, but they're all of the same quality but different, you know. So it's quite interesting how you piece those things together.
Yeah. Oh, that gig we did with you at
okay.
Crystal Hall, we had Flash Harry's, and they're like hardcore. You know?
Oh well, you know,
Yeah.
you know the
So-
drummer's from Wadarapa, don't you?
Oh,
The
is he?
drummer,
Oh, right.
he's from Wadarapa. He's from Carterton, actually. I know Ricky Rock really well. They call him Rocktopusy. And I also
Like a James
know.
Bond scene.
I also know Ray as well because I think he grew up in Masterton. So yeah, so it's like they're like sort of local really to us, but they're a cool band, and I think you do have to have a variation. So what would
Yeah.
you describe your band as? What sort of genre? What are the people of Wider Rap are gonna be hearing when they come out on Saturday?
Hippie rock.
Hippie.
No, it's
Space rock.
it's got some of those elements. It's a good mix of all
It's
kinds of
an
music.
alternative rock pasta with a pop topping, and then you get a bit of metal, and you like put some like shavings on top.
Bit of psychedelia.
Metal shavings on the top of the lasagna. A little bit of pop, a little bit of alternative rock.
No, I was exaggerating.
It's indie rock played loudly with unnecessary noise and a couple of guitar solos on top.
but usually with good vibes, really positive. That's my. When I was still a fan, that was my impression. Like, oh yeah, you know, compared to some other bands, I was like, yeah, they're kind of different. They're like you know, bright colors.
It's a Pink Floyd for ADHD people.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I reckon. So
Nice.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
You can't wait for an 8-minute song. Oh no, we do have 8-minute songs, so that doesn't work either.
Yeah.
We were gonna have a joke once. We were like, perhaps we should just go to Battle of the Bands, right, and do this like one song that's just prog for the whole like 25 minutes.
Yeah. Just
That'd
one
be such
song,
a fun
one song
thing
the
to
entire time.
do.
That's what you guys had planned too, just to improvise for half an hour.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
good.
I think on the second time we did Battle of the Bands, I was toying with the idea of us just doing improvisation for the whole lot. But yeah, I think we're getting better at improvisation. I'd like us to get better at it,
Yeah.
but it's just one of those things, you know.
It'll happen once you practice again more regularly
Yeah.
and just make it a part of
Yeah.
the rehearsal to actually this jam.
Yeah,
And you've got to allow time for that in your practice as well, haven't you? Because like you sort of practice what you know, and then like that's how we write songs. We just improvise, and then like if they work, then we've got a recording and we start building around that. But it's quite interesting because I used to play in a brass band, which is all where you read music, you know. And some people who can read music really well can't actually improvise. They don't know how to do it, and that shocked me because I just presumed that everybody could do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, if you're given sheet music too often, you think that that's music's priority is like sort of like reading things that's about notation. But I think it's more about, especially when you're not playing by yourself, it's about gelling with other people. And like when one person wants to kind of change into a different key or increase the tempo or go into a different mood, you can kind of look at the people that you're playing with and whether they're playing bass or drums or guitar or just singing, you can sort of see they want to do a change. And I don't know, I want us to get better at that because that interests me a lot.
Yeah, and it's something that's pretty key for us with so many guitars. You know, we really got to find our little niche in the song. So it can be quite challenging, you know, trying not to play the same thing. We try to avoid it, but hey, sometimes you can't help it.
I
think
think
it sounds good for us all to do the same thing and then spread out. It's like what does Keith Richards call it? The art of weaving. Guitar weaving, like
they got one in each ear.
And I try to never play the same thing at the same time. So
does one of you play more lead than the other? Because like that in Geoff and the Angry Stick, Sam's definitely our lead guitarist, but and James sort of adds more like some of the like little more like delicate things that they really add to it. But that a good rhythm guitarist is hard to find.
Now we all play lead in different songs. Like sometimes there'll be like I love intro and outro solos, and sometimes solos over the top of people singing. So we're going to work out who's going to do what. So so over my shoulder, for example, like Geoff does an intro solo. When the song starts, it's kind of slow and bluesy, and then it starts this African beat, and then we get into it, and it sounds kind of happy, and then we go into this slow bit, and then I do a solo. So yeah, and Aaron does solos. He's going to do some more, but he does in a song that kind of ended up being a B-side. So no, we all take solos. We all take solos.
So V, the big V. So do you do any bass solos? Do you do any bass solos? Have we got any bass solos?
We might actually have to do them once we do play longer gigs, so we have to kind of like fill more time and but usually not really my thing, to be honest. I ultimately could, but I've never really been a fan of it. Like solo sounds to me don't really sound good on the bass. Like just and at the moment, I actually also don't really have any effects, though. Without effects, it would be worse.
We have to have one person without fucking effects. So there's one not.
But that's also weird. The thing. That's also the thing with 3 guitars. It's probably also a little bit of a challenge for me not to actually overplay on the bass too. Because I mean, there's already so much space being taken up sonically by these 3 guys.
That's right.
Exactly.
My husband says that about Geoff. It's like finding your place in the mix, you know, with the drums as well, because you got to go with them, sort of. But like finding your place in the mix is quite interesting as a bass player. You've got to sort of fill the bits that are not being sort of looked at. And that's, you know, I'm quite interested in bass because my husband plays the bass. So it's pretty. And it's quite a big thing, you know. I used to, back in the day when I was in England and I was in a different band, I used to write songs with the bass player and we would come up with melodies and bass lines before we even got to the guitarist. So that was like, it was quite interesting because I just follow the bass and the bass tends to follow my vocal. Yeah. That's quite an interesting thing.
I did, before Alex joined, who was the bassist before Volker.
Mighty V,
sorry. The
Mighty V.
Sometimes we would just swap.
You can't go with my name.
All right. Sometimes we'd swap, sort of like who was playing the bass. Like we'd put our guitars through effects, like octave pedals, and sometimes we would take turns being the bassist through our guitars.
Yeah.
But then those songs have kind of just stayed, and we haven't really revisited them. So sometimes I'm still doing the bass on guitar in at least one song, but it sort of informed other bits, like you still kind of do. We're still aware of the bass lines that you used to do. Yeah. So yeah, when we were three guitar, we did gigs just as three guitarists. One of us would take a turn being the bassist, just through using effects.
That sounds fun. That actually sounds fun.
Yeah,
that would be quite good fun to actually swap around a bit in the band. It's like our band. We've all played something else. I think there's only Pete that hasn't played something else. I don't know about James actually, but like Coral used to be the front person. Well, she's the front person in her own band, and so she could actually do my job. I couldn't drum, but I think Sam's been a drummer. Sam's been a bit of everything.
Yeah,
and then
he's a drummer.
Yeah, I play guitar and drums too. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
And
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
I play piano, but it's not really notes. It's more like it's strumming the piano. You know what I mean? It's just sort of like
I'm the same.
That chord and that chord and that chord.
I'm the same. I just bash out chords on the piano, and I can play the guitar a little bit, but I'm not a guitarist. I'll never ever say I was a guitarist. So,
right.
What was going to? Oh, I had a question then, and it's gone. What are you looking forward to about coming to Masterton?
Well, it's a band camp.
It's a band camp. It is actually a band camp in my hat. I'm gonna have to mow the meadow.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
It's cool. It's fun. Like
it's gonna be fun.
Just camping.
Yeah, not just the gig, just the whole thing, really. Right? It's like road trip, and then a gig, and then obviously hang out. Thanks also to you for letting us stay with you on your property, and
that's all right.
I feel totally pumped.
Looking forward to breakfast there.
And also myself, I haven't really played in a band in quite a while. I've done like open mic things here and there. It's on my own or with some people together. Very just not very often or regularly. And so it's cool to just do this and get back into it, and also with guys that I've had a whole year now with just hanging out with them at the gigs to just get to know also on a personal level, and I think that was also really an advantage. If I would have just met them, it would have been a different story. And so it was should be a great year.
I just realized we didn't even audition you.
That's the thing.
I can play bass. Like
that's the thing. Because I was always tagging along, and eventually I was being made the honorary member. And these guys always ask me my opinion. So what do you think? What can we do better? What was great? I was thinking, it's so weird. They never heard anything I played, and still they seem to be trusting my opinion. And then when I offered, like it was actually to do with this Empire thing at the end of December, because Nick told me that he and Aaron, the other guitarist, they were just going to play as a duo. And I offered, I can plug along on the bass. No. And this was the day before. This was only a day before that Pine Tree Arms thing, and Nick said,
that's right. God, it was.
Just play with us. Just play with us tomorrow night. I had to learn 10 or so original songs within a day. But quite cool,
that night at the Pine Tree Arms, we improvised 2 songs heavily. Like there was, did we even tell each other that we were improvising? We just started improvising.
No,
we had to. I had all these notes written down the night before in my notebook. Yeah. Because obviously there's like no way you can learn 10 original songs just like that, even after having heard them a few times. But it was so dark on stage I couldn't see anything. And then my highlight was in the middle of the set. I was looking at Geoff's song list. Like the city. What the heck?
We've never played that.
I've never heard that song before.
Just jam it.
We'll just jam it. Like, okay. Let's go through it somehow.
Like an E. Yeah, just say an E.
But I do like that attitude. Like you can still do it.
Well, there's some songs you can jam it, and there's some of the songs that are more progressive. It's like there's like 3 parts to the song. It's really
Yeah.
fast. And it kind of chills out for ages, and then there's like this heavy part when we do a solo or whatever.
You can't really do it when you have like a change from like 3/4 to like 4/4 and back and all that kind of stuff. So for like the gig up in Masterton, what we're gonna for the next big thing, what we're gonna do is actually gonna put the progressive songs first, which we usually don't do. We're gonna put them all together like a segue, and then we're gonna do a more pop, Dunedin sound songs together, one after another. So after that, it'll be more like a normal band. The third part of it will be kind of more progressive rock.
I think that will work because you're coming on after Jim. I don't know. I've never heard Jim play solo, so it'll be quite interesting.
He played here. He played right over there.
He played here at the Empire. He sounded really good. A little tribute to Shane McGowan as well, because he obviously had passed not long before that. And I'm quite looking forward also to see what this venue is in Masterton, because they have no idea what to expect. Because apparently it was like it only takes like 100 people or something, right?
Oh, it's a little pop-up venue. It's just a little pop-up thing that we're actually putting all the stuff on. So it's like we're moving all the gear and we're putting it on, and it's just a little. We haven't actually got a venue in Masterton, so we have to pop things up. So that's what we're doing. So it's a little pop-up.
That's why it's off in a different place, right?
Yeah, that's it. It's not. We're not in the showgrounds. It's an amazing place, the showgrounds, but the rooms were really ringy. It's a bit like the Thistle Hall, and it wasn't great to be able to do sound in there. We couldn't get a good sound, and so we've moved to this little smaller space. We probably can get a few. I'm guessing it's 100. If it doesn't look full at 100, we'll let a few more in. But it's just a pop-up little space that I've hired off a charity, and so they've allowed us to do a little gig there. It's pretty much but it's in town, which is a bonus.
It's great. Well, just interesting. So I mean, we're looking around at bars and venues and stuff in Wellington, and we've played so often. We've probably done every place 3 times at least.
That's
we've
right.
Done Eva 3 times. We've done San Fran 3 times. We've done Valhalla more than 3 times.
10 times.
10 times. And then I mean, Wellington's cool and all, but like there's a couple other places we've never played a Fringe bar. Played Cabin Club twice. So it's cool to come to a place we've never played before and play somewhere different, It's cool.
So we went to Napier. We went to Napier a couple of weeks ago, and it was really good to get out of town. It was fun. And we picked up a lot of, I think the thing is you hop up to the next town and you pick up another group of fans from a different town, and then they tell their friends, and it spreads up the country. And so it's been quite good we love being in Napier's a really good place to play. If you can get up to Napier and play the Paisley stage, that is an amazing venue. Really, really good.
Where's he playing at Cabana Club in Napier?
We're playing at Cabana, we're off to the Cabana.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
But we've got quite a little following up in Napier, because when we played at Sanctuary Sounds, we picked a few up there as well. So I think they came out to Napier when we did our gig with Tower of Flints. So we got quite a few people out that came to see us that came just when we came on the stage.
So that was quite good. Are they from Napier or
no?
They're Kapiti, are they?
Oh,
where are they from?
Right. I think one of them is here from Wellington. Well, they're all from Wellington region.
That's right.
If I remember correctly, one of them is like Whitby, and the other one's closer to here, like which is Wainui.
Right.
So,
they're a really good band. They're real nice guys. And we had a really good gig. It was a really good gig. They did really good, and it was just good. And it's got a nice vibe. It's like damped because every chair in there is a sofa. Every chair is a sofa or an armchair.
It's really cool furnishings, like everything's like soft and plush. Like it's all like chaise longues and shit.
It's got the most. I'm sure the guy must have ADHD.
It's really nice. It's like a furniture store, but it's
but the guy, right? The guy, he's got so many lava lamps, right? I've never seen so many blooming lava lamps, and he switches them all on. I was like, it must take him an hour to switch the lava lamps on. Do you know what I mean? He's got there's so many. Yeah. It's just amazing. And this, I was just telling Jim.
People mosh pitting at this?
Not to mention the power bill.
Yeah, yeah.
I was telling Jim, right? The sound on that stage is really, really, really good. It's really good. Oh. He's a really good sound engineer. It's really good, really good. So that really makes a difference as a musician. I want to
play the sound shell in Napier one day.
You can do that for free. You just go with the guitar.
I've done it sometimes in the past.
Don't need it.
And
Napier's great.
It should be more. Is it the Pantheon? Like the Greek sort of like hole in the wall, hole in the ground, and it's just like it's perfect.
Oh, the amphitheaters. The amphitheaters.
Yeah, amphitheater.
Yeah.
It should just be more of those.
Did you know we've got one of those in Masterton at Hendley Lake?
No shit. Let's do the gig there.
We should do a gig there. In fact, somebody suggested to me, right, that we should do a gig there, but you'd have to get a generator to run the power because it's outside.
Yeah.
Gosh,
but like
so many times. And
you could do it acoustically. Technically, you could do it acoustically.
Yeah.
I tell you what, right? I'll take on Sunday. I'll take you for a walk around Henley Lake, and I'll show you the amphitheater.
Yeah. Let's do that.
So quickly. So before we go, what have you got to say to the people of Masterton about what are you going to say to them?
Come explore sound with us on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing you all, and
I'm looking forward to catching up.
Some more vibes elsewhere. Yeah.
It's so important to network with other bands, eh? It's so important to actually be networking and be friends and support each other through doing gigs and stuff, because it's just impossible as an originals band sometimes to sort of make that first step out, I suppose.
Covers bands aren't friends with each other.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
They're not friends with each other. Oh, dear. Are you friends with covers bands?
No. Oh, actually, I have to say, right, my husband is in a covers band at the moment. It's for a short time. They're doing our drummer's doing it. She has a party, and they're doing a little covers feature in that party. But I'll tell you about that when you come down here.
Yeah.
Well, I'll forgive him this once for being in a covers band. I have to because I'm married to him.
I did try the covers band thing myself a few years ago, but didn't eventuate into anything, just practicing like hundreds of songs. And I guess that was meant to happen because I was not really into it, never. I always thought it's much more fun to put the same energy into your own thing. And
it depends what you want out of music. I mean, I suppose you could make more money, right, doing a cover band.
That was kind of my motivation, but
they make lots of money.
Not enough to justify losing your opportunity to express yourself.
But you also have to get such competition that is already established.
Yeah, there's some fucking great fucking covers bands around, and the competition is so fierce that it's you really have to commit to that road. And then
I think so.
And then in the meantime, I've got all these kind of ideas in my head I want to get out.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I don't know, go with it.
It's your artistic integrity, isn't it? That's the thing. That's what I think it is. You've got this artistic, and if you make a mistake, right, and it's your own song, nobody knows.
Yeah.
You just can't make the mistake of saying this is original. People just leave and have a smoke.
It's jazz. It's jazz, man. It doesn't need to make sense.
No, it doesn't have to make sense.
You just play your stuff, and you play it with all you've got and with joy.
Yeah.
People will like it.
Yeah. If you look like you've played a wrong note, you've played a wrong note.
Yeah.
But if you look like everything's fucking fine,
it's your own
Indeed.
song.
That's right. Yeah. I sang the same verse twice at the Paisley stage, and I just carried on. I didn't actually make a face or anything.
The world
and it looked all right. I was like, oh, I forgot the words, so I'm going to have to sing that verse again because I can't remember the one that I'm supposed to be singing. So, so I just flagged it. And then,
fun.
But I personally like. I mean, also think mistakes are part of life. I really like it.
That's right.
Stuff like that. I used to be in bands where like we would make this all would make a mistake at exactly the same time. And we would just laugh at each other like, oh.
That's right.
So
That's right. I'm
So
playing
those bands
tricks
that
on.
laughing all the time, they're making non-stop mistakes.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And you'll never know. You'll never know because it's original. Anyway, I'm gonna have to wrap this up because we've been on here ages. But I'll catch you on Saturday.
Yeah.
If you want. And I can't wait to do the gig. I think this is going to be a steaming gig. We're going to have a lot of fun. So people out there at home, you got to come out. $10 now in advance Under the Radar, $15 on the door. There's not many tickets. I'm going to cut them off at 100, unless I think I can fit some more in. So you better buy them in advance if you want to definitely get them. Have a good one. Thanks for talking to me, Geoff, Nick, and the Big V. And I shall see you on Saturday.
Yay!
Awesome.
Yay! Yay! See you soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.